how to deal with fake news and lies that they tell about you, about your faith. Someone asked me, Bishop, see what they see about our church, our bishop, this and that. Will you say nothing? And I would like to make the most of this occasion to teach you precious lessons about how to deal with fake news, because Jesus left it recorded for us. And just an add-on about what Jesus spoke about, if you want to go deeper into this topic and understand what really happens behind what you read in the news, on the TV, newspapers, on the internet. If you want to learn the backstage of news, I've done a quick course, that you will not learn in a university class. So you who aspire to be a reporter, or you who already work with it, or perhaps you don't work with it, but you consume news, I recommend you to watch this video on my channel, on YouTube. How the backstage of news works is broken down in 3 parts, and you can be ahead of most in society if you learn how the backstage of news works. If you want to know, you can just go on my blog, RENATOCARDOSO.com, and you can just watch the free videos. So let's learn the main lesson that Jesus gave about fake news. Is in Matthew chapter 5 from verse 11. He was speaking to his disciples and followers, foreseeing what would happen to him and to his disciples and followers. He said, "Blessed are you," which means happy. This word blessed that comes from the Beatitudes. It's hard to find in a normal translation the full meaning of the word. A blessed person here, it is someone completely blessed. That's what he means. Completely blessed are you. What a promise. When they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. So it's not when someone badmouths you with reason, because you gave them material to use against you. No, you just followed the teachings of Jesus. You did what Jesus taught. You lived your faith. You promoted faith. Still, these people misunderstood you. They, on purpose, spread fake news because they wanted to see you harmed. Jesus said, when this happens, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Rejoice means overflow with joy. Overflow with joy. It's not just a smile, but it's to overflow with joy. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Well, when someone make or spread fake news about you just because you are living your faith in Jesus, this person thinks that they are harming you. They think, I'll harm them, this is their end. Everyone will turn against them. this person thinks that they are harming you, once in reality they are blessing you. They are increasing your reward. That is why we should overflow in joy. So when you hear someone bad-mouthing you, your faith, your church, your pastor, your bishop, once you know the church, you know the bishop, you know what faith is, not just because you heard about, but because you live, you experience it, then you become upset, angry. Indeed, our flesh wants to repay, to hit them in the face, because we know that the person is lying. They are lying openly. They have a bad intention. And our fleshly desire is to pay back so that they may pay for the lie that they are sharing. But Jesus said, no, if you do it, you will lose your reward. You must rejoice. 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 And pray for that person. On the following verses, Jesus teaches us to pray for our enemies, to bless those who curse us, to pray for those who persecute us. This is the test of our Christian faith. We must pray for them because, just think, that reporter most probably has failed. Nobody knows them anymore, and they need to do something. As you know, in every profession, there are good ones and bad ones. So there are a few good and decent reporters in the press. But unfortunately, most reporters depend on an audience. They know how audience works better than anyone else. They know how it works. They know that bad news sells and not good news. So what do they look for? Something that will call the attention. It doesn't matter if it's whether true or not. There are even techniques for when they write texts so that later they may say, I didn't affirm according to sources, and I cannot reveal my sources. It is a secret. There are techniques to say a lie and to hide it. It's part of their profession. Unfortunately, we must pray for them. As I was saying, most probably it is a reporter who has no relevance, who failed, and they want more clicks so that they may pay their bills. They have commitments, right? When despair comes, the reporter thinks, what will give more audience? Then they sell their principles, the right way to work. They sacrifice all these. They throw all of it away for what? For money. And you must learn this. When you click on something, you are giving money to a liar. When you like it, when you leave a comment, you are giving money to a liar. This is what they want. So as a Christian who is mature, someone of the faith, spiritual, you know this is just because it is impossible to be a Christian and not to be persecuted. I'll just give you some adjectives that Jesus was called. Jesus was called a drunkard, glutton, liar, one who pretends to be famous. He was called the chief demon, prince of Satan, Beelzebub, and also called a nobody. Is there anything good that can come out of Nazareth? Jesus had all these adjectives used to describe him. Jesus, our master. And he said, if they lied and hated everything about me, they will also do the same to you. So, dear friends, when the man of God is called a liar, fake, one who takes advantage of others, the Antichrist, a demon-possessed man, when the man of God, okay? When the man of God has all these names given by others, learn this: he has a good company. He's in the same company as the disciples and followers of Jesus. So thank God, rejoice with me, rejoice with us, dear friends. This is a great good that they do towards us. We feel for those who believe in the lies out there. The devil knows that he will not hit those who are of the faith, but the unwary. So we pray for the unwary. But they have the truth. If they want to learn the truth, they will, right? The devil knows. He wants to win the soul of that person. That person only needs to believe in a lie. But the person has the choice to believe in a lie or the truth. The truth sets one free. Lie sets one on fire, hellfire. It's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Humans desired to learn evil, then in the world there is the truth and the lie, and each must choose which one they want. But don't forget, this is part of it. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, and pray for the poor reporter. They need some clicks. Don't give them any click or attention, but pray for them. Pour them. Who knows? That soul will convert and become a great testimony. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.